Okay, guys, so day 2 of exploration about what do I need to do to make sure that I'm eating healthy. So I read all about Pebble Go, and then this whole idea of the 5 food groups kind of made me wonder more. Like, what are the 5 food groups? What do they mean? What does that mean for me? And so I did some research on the 5 food groups. I went to choosemyplate.org, so I'll show you on my phone since it's easier. And it broke it down into everything that I need to make a full plate to make sure I'm hitting all of the 5 major food groups. So, as you know, the dairy one is a little hard for me, but there are options for me that are dairy-free stuff, so then I can include it. So what I wanted to try today was I wanted to see, now we're getting ads for the grocery store, and I'm noticing they're really small compared to what they used to be. And so I thought it would be cool if I got the ad and I created my plate. So all I did was I drew a big plate and my little dairy section over here. You can use a plate. You can, like if you have paper plates hanging around, mine are all at the classroom, otherwise I would use them. And I'm going to try to make my plate. So it's divided into 5 groups, right? Anybody know what they are? Hey, one of my favorites, well, okay, 1 out of 2 of them is fruits. Fruits, oh, I could eat fruit all day, every day. Like I'm craving watermelon and, oh my gosh, peaches right now. And I want to get to the store. So the fruits take up about 1/4 of your plate. And so they're identified as a red color for some reason. So I just grabbed a red crayon and I colored it in. And I'm going to write fruit because I'm going to try to get all my fruits on here. Okay, my other wonderful thing that I love so much are my veggies. I love veggies. I could eat veggies raw. I could eat them cooked. I love them. And what other color than green to kind of remind you of your veggies. So they take up a little bit more space. So like the fruits is kind of like about 1/4, but the veggies goes a little bit bigger on the one side. Because we want more veggies than fruits, because I found out fruits really do have a lot of sugar. Even though it's natural sugar, you know, we just want to be careful with not getting too many at one time. So then I'm going to write the word veggies. Look, I already have half my plate colored in. So the little section represents the dairy. So you can drink a glass of milk. I use almond milk or soy milk, although I do not drink it. I use it in my protein shakes. So mine would look probably a little different, but you could have yogurt. There's so many different, or cheese. There's lots of dairy options for you. And I found some in my ad too. So my little section over here is going to be my dairy. Okay, we got 2 more sections. So we've got our fruits, we've got our veggies, we've got the dairy. Well, now we've got the grains. The grains are like your breads. Anything that has that kind of texture and feel for it. So they're just a little bit more past the fruits on the other side. So again, about 1/4 of the plate should be grains. So I know that I have rice sometimes. We like to make rolls, crescent rolls. They're one of our favorites. So we always try to have some of that, although it doesn't want to take up too much of our plate because then the bread's high in lots of stuff that is not that great for you. But we do want to have a balance, right? And last but not least is the hearty stuff, your protein, your chicken, your hamburger, I see ham and steaks. So this is where my protein comes into play. Okay, so now I've got my plate. I know it's kind of hard to see, right? There you go. And now I'm going to go look at my ad and try to find out what are some things that I can put on my plate that match up. So remember how I told you guys I was craving watermelon? Well, look, I'm going to cut out the watermelon for my fruit section because, yum. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to cut out my stuff. Now I want to be careful that I don't use everything that is on there. So I'm going to cut it in half. And then you know what? I noticed on the back of my ad, there was some berries. So I like to sometimes make a fruit salad. So I kind of cut up some watermelon and then my raspberries and blueberries and blackberries sometimes. And I'm going to fill up my plate with this fruit. So I'm going to attach it and help make up my plate. Veggies. Oh, and then I saw on here peppers. I can't tell you how much I love peppers and cucumbers, and they're both on here in the same section. And so I'm going to cut out my peppers and my cucumbers and make like a little vegetable medley, if you will. And that's going to take the place of my veggie section. Now, there's not a lot on this ad, so I have to think strategically. Now, I'm not going to eat this whole thing. I'll show you. You'll get what I mean in a second. Okay, well, I guess I can't pause it. I was trying to pause it because Lola's going crazy. So she's going to go outside. I don't know why. Okay, so I found some sweet Hawaiian rolls. Now, the reason why I said I wouldn't use all of this is because they're like a 12-pack. I don't want to eat 12 rolls in one meal. But I'm just showing you that this is my grains, and that's what it represents. And, of course, I can't have it, but I found a cup of yogurt that would make great for my dairy section. So now I'm I got everything. I mean, I can make it nice and pretty, but I just want to help remind myself of what are some healthy food choices I can make and kind of what do I really need to be eating in a meal. So I do snack a little bit, and so I was kind of trying to inquire, well, is that good for me to snack? And so that's still on my wondering list, like if I can still do it. And I'm just using some tape, and I'm going to tape down my foods, making sure they kind of fit in my plate. But, I mean, you can just play around with it. I just thought this would be helpful for me to kind of remember. And I could even make a little, oh, I forgot to show you guys. I found my protein too. I found some steaks. Mark cooked me a steak for my birthday dinner because we couldn't go out to dinner, and it was really nice to have something a little different. So I'm putting that in my protein. I'll just show you quickly. I kind of just glued on my plate, and I tried to find one from each category. So that's my challenge for you if you want to, or even if you just take an ad out from Sprouts, from Fry's, from Albertsons, Safeway, and just kind of see if you can pinpoint and find those 5 food groups and see, well, hey, do I really have all of these in one meal? I don't know. So I was going back to maybe I want, now that I covered up my words, maybe I'm going to just take the color purple and write protein so I know, well, oh, a steak is protein. And then maybe I'll take the grains, my orange, and write grains, and then kind of create my little code. So if you want to inquire more too, and you want to join my journey with me, and Bentley's guzzling lots of water. So you need lots of water, even though it's not a food group. But go to choosemyplate.org. I'm going to show you there really quick. And you can find out more information, just like I was deciding to research. So I found that as a source that kind of inspired me from the Pebble Go. So I'm wondering if you guys come up with your own wonderings this week, like, I don't know, maybe you want to study an animal, maybe you want to study a habitat, maybe you want to study an event that has happened besides this one, and you want to learn more. We've got to learn how to find out the stuff for ourselves, right? All right, great to see you guys. I can't wait to hear what you're up to.